In my somewhat professional opinion, I think cooking with cast iron is amazing. I used to be terrified of these heavy, scary looking pans, but once I actually gave them a shot, I realized my cooking game went up like 47%. But I know it can be really intimidating to think about cleaning cast iron pans, so today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to clean and care for your cast iron pans, and hopefully I'll be able to convert you to a cast iron chef. Stick around. Just a reminder for you to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll put a link for you in the description box down below. One of the cool, or should I say hot things about cast iron pans is that they retain their heat long after you've taken them off the heat. So that means cleanup is really easy. All you need to do is take a simple paper towel, use some tongs so that you don't burn your hands, and just give the pan a quick wipe down. You're going to remove any of the larger crusty bits, but anything that's oily or greasy, that can actually stay on there. That helps build what's called a patina, which helps create a non-stick finish on your cast iron. And don't worry about any bacteria growing on your pan, because of course the next time you heat it up, that bacteria is burned away anyway. Let's say you're cooking up a real festival and you end up with quite a mess in your frying pan, something that you can't quite wipe out just with paper towel. You need to bring in the big guns, and the big guns are actually really gentle. All you're going to need here is a little bit of dish soap and some kosher salt. Add about a 1/4 inch of water to the bottom of your pan and a squirt of dish soap. Put it back on the heat and turn it up to about low to medium heat. You need to get a small simmer going. Then you want to add a couple of tablespoons of kosher salt into the pan, and get yourself a wooden spoon or utensil and start scraping up any of those crusty bits. You're basically deglazing the pan with dish soap and salt. This will help scrape any of that crusty stuff off. Then all you need to do is dump the contents down the sink and wipe it out with a paper towel. This is an easy and safe cleaning method, but there's a little caveat here. You don't want to do it too often, because if you do, you'll take off that valuable non-stick patina that you need to covet. That's what's so great about these cast iron pans. Now that you have a perfectly cleaned pan, you might notice a bit of an odor coming from it. Maybe you fried fish in here or something, and it's a little bit on the funky side. Easy fix for this: preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and pop your pan in there. Just let it sit for about 10 minutes, and what will happen is the heat will help lift out and burn off any of those bad odors. Bring it out, let it cool down, and then you can safely store your fresh smelling frying pan. Big rule coming up here about cast iron: never, under any circumstances, store these guys when they're wet. That also means that you cannot soak them overnight, unless of course you want to fry up a rusty pelican. Just a few best practices I want to cover about using cast iron. First one is either use a wood or a silicone utensil designed specifically to be used in high heat situations. If you use plastic, it will melt, take my word for it, and if you use metal, it will scratch the cast iron. I get asked often about if it's safe to use cast iron on a glass ceramic cooktop like what I have here, and the answer is yes. The concern, of course, is that the cast iron is so heavy you can potentially crack the cooktop, which you could do if you drop it or slam it, so just be mindful of that when you are cooking. It's also important to remember to clean the surface that you are cooking on prior to cooking, and also to ensure that the bottom of your frying pan is clean as well. That way you won't have anything that is really burnt on there, which is super hard to clean. Again, take my word for it. And you won't get those terrible burning smells. Why would you want those when you're busy cooking up something beautiful? I have so much to say on the topic of cast iron that we decided to make a second video all about it, and it is going up on my second channel, the Melissa Maker channel. The link to that video and channel will be down below. I'm going to share all kinds of extra cast iron tips with you, including how to cook with it and some other cool ideas. Hopefully, my goal is to convert you to cooking with cast iron. This week's comment question is, and I'm very curious to hear your answers: what is your favorite thing to cook in a cast iron pan? Let me know in the comments down below. I am going to be scouring for recipe ideas, so very much looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about cooking with cast iron. If you want to see what I'm up to during the rest of the week, aside from talking about cleaning, but spoiler alert, a lot of it does involve cooking, you can find me on Instagram. I am at Melissa Maker, the guy who definitely knows how to clean cast iron, because he is always cleaning up after I cook. He is at the Chad Reynolds, and we are at Clean My Space. There's a button down there that lets me know you care, so click it if you liked this video, and click this button right here to subscribe and begin your journey to a cleaner life. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Well, it's just about that time, that special time of the week, where I get to throw you to a couple of other videos I think you're going to love. The first one has to do with cleaning the inside of a burnt pot or pan, and the second one has to do with cleaning the outside of a frying pan. You know those scorch marks that you get at the bottom? Yeah, we got you covered, so make sure you check those two out. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.